I'm gonna start this video by saying, do not try this at home. This is a homemade potato leek soup. I added a little bit of flax milk to it to make it extra creamy. I had that for lunch and for dinner. And for dinner, I also had some steamed kale with tahini. Just finished my run. On the earlier side, I'm usually not even up this early. It's about 11 a.m. I'm up early because I'm gonna go down to Pennsylvania with my mom and my sister. I'm gonna go get some food ready for the car. We're gonna head out. This is a pumpkin spice latte I made with coffee, powdered coconut milk, and a bunch of spices. We came to this kind of like random Asian place called Veggie Heaven. It's actually not just Asian though. It's like,
yeah, we got here and all of a sudden it was like Indian, Thai,
Mexican,
like, yeah,
like all sorts of different. The menu is like probably 10 pages long. There's two separate menus. It's
everything.
crazy.
I want everything.
And they are non-GMO here. They have a lot of organic things too. It's a really cool place. Mm-hmm. And what's it called? Tea neck? Tea what? What's this area?
Heaven.
No, this place, this area. It's called Tea something.
Oh, I have no idea.
Nice. What does the hot and sour soup expert say?
I give it 3 out of 5. 2.5, 3, but good.
All right, I changed my mind. It's more like a 3.5. Really good.
I'd give it a 5.
You give it a 5?
Wow.
I thought it was delicious.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Food options in this part of Pennsylvania are pretty limited. All I had were potatoes for breakfast, which were actually pretty good, but I need some more sustenance. So fortunately, there's a Wegmans right across the street from our hotel. I'm gonna pick up some things to tide me through the rest of the day. Good news is this Wegmans is almost an exact replica of the other one in Massachusetts, but bad news is I have no idea what I want to eat and I don't have a ton of time. Back at the hotel, and I got a great bag of all sorts of things. I got some quinoa puffs, some of these like oatmeal squeeze packs and chia squeeze packs, some instant oatmeal from Dr. McDougall's, some pad thai, some organic rice stream for various things just to have on hand for tea and stuff like that. A bar that I've never tried called Crispy Cat, which looks really good. I also got some tea from my sister because she's not feeling well and I'm trying to heal her naturally.
We are at the Erewhon Market, which is an Amish country farmers market stand that we've been coming to for years, and they have all sorts of awesome stuff like jams, baked goods, vegetables.
I am shocked. This place has so many good things, like amazing salts, and they have gluten-free flour and pasta. They have carob, chocolate-covered chia seeds, all this organic stuff. This is incredible, and it's like this tiny little place in the middle of nowhere. Yep, I went to a third market that day. I wanted to check out the local selection there, plus gather some snacks for a little party we had. Got some hummus, some guacamole, some crackers, tortilla chips, wine. It was lovely. For breakfast, I had a fantastic chia seed pudding with raspberry jam from the Pain Quotidian, followed by a mimosa. On the drive back up to Massachusetts, we stopped at Maggie McFlys because it looked like they had a lot of options on their huge menu. It's all locally sourced, they're very gluten-free friendly, but the best I could do was this vegetarian pasta with zucchini, squash, asparagus, and artichokes. I was so excited to try this mac and cheese from So Delicious. The pizza flavor sounded great, but it wasn't that good. My sister and I drove into Boston that night to return to My Thai Cafe, which is the very first vegan restaurant I ever went to. We met up with my dad and one of his old friends. We had crab rangoons, durian boba, soup, and all sorts of dishes with different types of faux meats and noodles. It was very delicious and rich. Mary's about to try durian for the first time.
It smells disgusting. Tastes like really good trash.
No, it doesn't.
But good.
My sister and I went to see The Walk in a theater and brought along some dessert, 2 different types of vegan peanut butter cups, plus some Zevia soda. On the way to the airport, my sister and I stopped at a vegan place called Taco Party, which makes tacos and donuts. The tacos were fantastic. We tried 3 or 4 different flavors and loved them all. The donuts were not very memorable. Uh-oh. This is the only gluten-free one, but I really don't think I can resist getting this. So many options. The donut itself isn't that great, but the icing is really nice. I was so exhausted from traveling that this is the only meal that I recorded on this day. I saw these soups in the store and they were such a quick, easy meal to have that I tried 3 flavors and the cauliflower was the winner. This restaurant changes up their menu so frequently that I don't know exactly what this was, but it was broccoli and potatoes, sweet potatoes with some sort of a sweet glaze on it. This was a mushroom risotto. This was some sort of like a tempeh dish, I think, and this was the dessert, which was peanut butter and chocolate.
Really?
Okay. I can get down with that. Oh, yeah.
The brownie is almost like ding-dong-ish.
Ho ho.
Ho-ho, yeah.
So scale to 1 to 10, what would you guys rate it?
I'm saying 6.8, close to a 7, but not quite.
I would give it a strong 7. I stick with my original rating. I think it's comforting and casual.
I'd come back.
I would come back again just to see if the experience was consistent. But I don't know if I would come rushing back.
I would come back to eat potatoes.
Yeah, they did some things
Sweet
really,
potatoes.
really nicely.
Oh, yeah.
But all around, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
It's not a culinary breakthrough, but not everything needs to be.
It's
Exactly.
true. This was a sandwich made with gluten-free bread and Brazil nut cheese, plus some tea and some green juice. Had dinner at Bulan Thai, papaya salad, spring rolls, drunken noodles, and fried rice. Went to the Longevity Now conference where I snacked on kale chips, went to the tonic bar and had coffee drinks with coconut whipped cream, a pina colada drink, and these spicy noni shots.
We're having some shots!
For dinner, we went to Seabirds Kitchen. This is my first time going there. I had some sort of a bowl with onions and I think some fermented veggies and cashew cream, snacked on some french fries as well, and then tried this churro waffle dessert. It was very decadent. All I recorded on this day was this green tea boba smoothie. This rose and coconut water drink was delicious, as was this raw chocolate, I think that was fig inside, this green juice, and this coffee drink. And here are a few shots of the food that I had at the Thug Kitchen book launch party at Hen Tavern. Delicious. The next day, had breakfast at Kitchen Mouse with bagels and cream cheese, these delicious rice cakes. I was joined by Kobe, Yvonne, and Jason. Later that night for dinner, we went to Real Food Daily where I had a really basic bowl with this horseradish sauce. I made Annie's gluten-free organic vegan mac and cheese again, hoping that it would be really good. They actually sent this to me this time. They sent me like the sweetest care package, so I just really wanted to like it. I wanted to be wrong. I was hoping that my first impression was wrong, but the truth is it's still just not really for me. It's actually not quite as bad as I remember it being, and I think I made it more diligently this time. I took my time, made sure the pasta was right, added in just the right amount of milk. I used the Beyond milk here, unsweetened. Added in a tiny bit of coconut oil, and it's got a nice texture. It's just the flavor is odd. But remember with this one, this is definitely one of the cleaner ones that's in a box, because they are using organic ingredients plus sweet potato and pumpkin and, you know, some good flavorings. I just think that this is kind of like a last resort. I'd much rather make my own. I'm sorry, Annie's. I really wanted to like you. Has anyone else tried this? I would love to hear your opinions. Does anybody else really like this? If so, then keep them in business, please, because I love that this exists. I just wish it tasted differently. I had a strong craving for natto that day, so I had it on toast. Then Kobe and I went to Greenleaves where I had a Thai soup and some noodles. These gluten-free, soy-free vegan shrimps from Sophie's Kitchen were one of the only things I had on this day, along with some sriracha. Then I continued on the shrimp trend at Olak restaurant the next day. This shrimp is incredible. Plus the pho there, delicious. And the drinks were over the top too. On the 20th, I made a huge batch of butternut squash soup for the day. Getting a preview of Thanksgiving with this amazing feast made by Yvonne, Jasmine, and Sarah. This looks so incredible. About to crush this. There's so much on this plate. This ramen noodle soup from Lotus Foods has a great texture in terms of the noodles. I just didn't love the broth. Later that night, I went with Jason to Swinger's Diner, and all I got were french fries and guacamole. I ate cleaner the next day for lunch with a simple quinoa bowl, followed by a smoothie at Raw Cane Juice, my favorite, which is coconut meat and rose. They use fresh rose water there. It's so good. Checked out this cafe for the first time, where I had this hot chocolate elixir with coconut milk followed by this raspberry baked good. Had dinner at Greenleaves again, and this time I brought some of my own organic coconut oil, and they actually used it to make the noodles and the fried rice dish. Today I had lunch at Chavela restaurant, where I just ate appetizers. So the pan-seared Brussels sprouts and shiitake mushrooms, the wilted kale and Anastasia bean flatbread, the chicharron with cauliflower and mushrooms, and the caprese salad with gluten-free bread.
I'm gonna start this video by saying, do not try this at home. I'm hungry and I am on a wacky sleep schedule. It's 11:30 p.m. and I haven't eaten all day because I was sleeping the majority of the day and working. I'm just on the weirdest schedule. So don't follow my lead here. I gotta go get food. I went to this local store called Gelson's, and usually I feel really content with their options, but tonight I felt like they just had nothing that I wanted, and it was really frustrating. I was craving like comfort food like pizza or something. They didn't have any vegan frozen pizzas like they used to, which is annoying, and like it seemed like all the options that were gluten-free and free of stuff that I'm sensitive to, they just didn't have. It was like soup. So I ended up getting some soup because this is like been my go-to. Recently, I found a recipe online that shows you how to make your own instant soup, but you have to have the ingredients to make it, so I will be doing that. I'm trying to become more prepared. Anyways, I also, for the comfort food side of things, I'm making some of these really delicious veggie fries. They're made from broccoli and potato, and they are like the most satisfying, or some of the most satisfying fries that I've ever had. I'm very excited. And I'm gonna have the soup now to tide me over. As I mentioned earlier, do not try this at home. And by this, I mean eating a plate of fries as part of your dinner, and one of the only things that you've eaten today. At least there are different types of fries. They are 27% broccoli and white beans in addition to the potatoes. It's not the worst thing that I could have.
The next day, I went to Veggie Grill to try some of their new items, including their sweet potato hash, their green bean tempura, and their soul bowl. On the last day of the month, I started turning over a new leaf as I was rereading Crazy Sexy Diet by Chris Carr. I got all this great produce. I put together a delicious dish, which I forgot to film. It was a pesto pasta dish. And I snacked on some red rice and quinoa crackers, some vegan goat cheese from Heidi Ho and nutritional yeast. And for dessert, I made one of the most incredible pumpkin lattes. The recipe is linked in the description field.